Hey Trinity, this is Faith. First off, I'd like to start by thanking you for the opportunity that you provided the 419 class and me both to work with LTHC, and it was really great. It was joy to me. It was really hard because those people have gone through things that I can only imagine. Um, but I have learned so much through this project. Especially, I've been able to practice my skills of team group work. My group was really great, and we were able to work really well together, and just in supporting each other in communication. I think I learned a lot in communication and just being proactive in that. Just sending out, hey, we're meeting tomorrow, what time, where, like, you can come to my apartment, I'll make you guys cookies, like, whatever. Also, I think I learned a lot in design through this project. Since I was on the presentation team, I was able to design the pamphlets, the little handouts, all by myself. And then I had my teammates help me out with like what to put in and stuff, and just a little bit of that, but mostly like the design was all on my part, which was super fun and super cool. I feel like I learned a lot. Felt like I was a little out of my depth for a little bit, seeing as I'm a math major and I haven't had much experience with design, but it still was like one of those things where you're like, I don't know, this is kind of scary, but this is also super fun and really cool. So I feel like I learned a lot through that. Being on the presentation team it put us in an awkward spot, I would say, because towards the beginning of the project, we did next to nothing. We did as much planning ahead of time as we could, but we couldn't do a lot. And then right at the end, we were really scrambling to get everything together. So for next semester, one of the pitfalls was that the different groups had different things due at different times, I guess. So they were working really hard, the interview group was working really hard at the beginning of the project. So, and then had very little to do at the end. So to avoid that next time, something you might consider would be to start the project earlier to begin with, but then have the digital repository due at different times for people perhaps, or maybe the proto.io app design prototype thing due at different times for people. So you get the LTHC project started way ahead of time, and then you get the interview group doing their thing, and maybe while they're working on it, the presentation group is doing their app design, and then later when the interview group is done with all their stuff, they'll have their app design project due. Maybe that wouldn't work with the way classes are scheduled, and when you talk about things in class and stuff, maybe that would be too disjointed between the different groups throughout the entire semester. But I guess it's something to consider. Maybe you wouldn't have to do a big project. Maybe it could just be the smaller things like the digital repository. Yeah, so, but regardless of the timing factors that seem to be the biggest issue, I think I learned a lot through this project. And probably the biggest impact that this project had on me and that I had on LTHC in the community is just that now I have this knowledge about LTHC, and I know much more than the regular person, I would say, about homelessness from a personal, I read these interviews from these people, really real narratives and stuff, so I understand on a deeper level maybe homelessness, and because of that, like, I want to go to my friends groups now and be like, yo, we should get together, make like a breakfast, lunch, dinner, like a meal for the homeless people at the shelter, and just like spreading awareness of the people around me. Like, this is what homelessness is actually like. Here are like the different like groups of people in homelessness, the people who want to get out, the people who don't want to get out, the drug addicts, the alcohol addicts, like, and they're all people. Like, I think that's the biggest thing that I've been able to realize through this project is they're all real people who, they might be in homelessness. They might have an addiction to a substance, but they're people ultimately, and they're people just like you and me. And so I think that's the biggest impact that this project really has had on me. So I just really want to thank you, Trinity, for giving me this opportunity to learn all these things. I've really enjoyed the project, even though it was a bit of a struggle near the end. So thanks, and have a great rest of the year.